Pause this real quick. Um, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on that Facebook event, I tried to do it on a Facebook event because I noticed it let you do the reoccurring thing, so I could schedule out like one a week for a year. But once I saw people starting to join it, I realized that in order for you to join the whole series, you have to go and manually register for every single Facebook event one by one, which is stupid. On a webinar, when I schedule it and I set it to go every Friday at 3, you just register the one time and you're in the series for good unless you remove yourself, which is the point, right? To do this every week. But so first off, this is not um uh one of the normal like monthly webinars that we have structured with people coming on and talking and stuff like that. Sorry guys. This is more of kind of a Q&A kickback for you guys to ask questions. If you have questions around, lead gen, follow-up, conversion, systems, whatever the case may be, to ask those questions, which is why I'm not dressed today. I have a raggedy white shirt on and I'm just kind of hanging out in my office and, kicking it with you guys. Give me 1 second because I have this guy right here annoying me. This guy trying to climb up through my lap under my desk. Go it. Oh, get out of here. So I'm gonna kind of play around with this little deal here and see if I can get it to where I can actually speak to you guys. There's not many of you on here right now, so I'd like to be able to chat with you all. Give me 1 second. I want to try to promote a number of you to panelists, and please mute out as I promote you to panelists, since this is kind of a small group. It seems like it's going to be today. And I'll chat with you guys as you guys have questions. But honestly, this being a Q&A, if you guys don't ask questions, because in the past, a lot of people are real shy to ask questions for some reason. If you guys don't ask those questions, then I'm not going to have anything to talk to you about. Because again, this isn't a webinar. This isn't something that I've structured together to to go over kind of a list of things. So if you're not chatting back and forth, we got nothing to talk about today.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I signed up for the just your recent, I think they're the memes that we're getting on a weekly basis.
Who am I talking to, by the way?
Connie.
Connie, okay. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Anyway,
Good.
are they gonna, can we request like maybe some more feminine ones?
Like, how do you mean? I'm curious. I love this kind of feedback. So
I think they're okay. So when I think of my audience, the on my Facebook and that, I think I like them. I think they're great, but they seem to be all male. There's a lot more male. They're maybe a little bit more aggressive.
okay.
I don't know really how to word it.
I'm gonna make some notes while we're.
Has anybody else signed up for that and feel the same way,
yeah.
or is it just me?
No, I didn't notice any kind of indication one way or another in them, to be honest with you.
Are you talking in terms of it just being lots of males in the photos, or are you talking about like the way the content is?
The content seems more male, like it's more male oriented to me.
That's an interesting perspective because over half of the team that creates my content are females.
Okay.
But no, I'm just saying I've never heard it before, but I will I actually will go look at all the content and take a. Are you talking about in one specific bucket, like maybe the funny memes? Because I know
yeah.
I know like the motivational quotes and the
no, it's the funny memes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll take a look at those. My content team does a really good job at these things, so I don't look at them all the time.
Okay.
Because I trust them to put out the right content. I'm gonna
I'm
take a
not,
look at them today and take a look and see.
I'm not saying they're
I
not
know what you're
good.
talking. No, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about
Yeah,
like, if we have like a bunch of like The Rock and like the Expendables movie type. So I'm just using examples, right? These are not
yeah,
things we have, but like, not a bunch of action movies. You want some, Notebook type stuff in there, right? Or whatever those movies, like the rom-com. I get it. I get what you're saying.
yeah. Just maybe
Yeah,
something more female driven. That's all.
yeah, I get it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make a note for him. Go try to mix some more stuff up like that in there.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Um, all right. So who else has anything? So, guys, just to kind of further clarify, like, again, if you have questions about ads, if you are a client and need something, like if it's support related, don't do it here. Like, hey, my ad's not working, right? That's, send that to support. But if you have questions about like, one type of ad and how to best approach the leads, or what's the best time to call a lead, or what's the best time to make certain posts, or stuff like that, stuff that can help you in your day to day, that's what these are going to be for.
I've
And
got
this
one.
being the first one, this is going to set the tone for whether or not I continue to do these every week or not.
I've got a question.
Sure. So Steve.
Okay, so on a lot of the ads, they're saying I have compiled a list or whatever for you. When I had one that was wanting a foreclosure list. I don't have a foreclosure list, and
Yeah, we don't
I
we don't have an ad. We don't have an ad that promotes foreclosure lists. So if they just want one stuff like that, then I
okay.
wouldn't be afraid to just go and tell them, hey, we don't do pre foreclosure lists.
I just sent him
Um,
everything like under $100 a square foot and let him pick from that. But I just didn't
that
know if there was,
yeah.
because when he said that I was kind of thrown off because I was like, I don't know where you got that from. But
Yeah, yeah, that's probably just a personal like want of that particular person who hit the ad. Like I'll get stuff like that all the time. Like people will hit one of my ads about new construction, and then they'll be asking me about first time home buyer stuff.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, but no, nothing in any of my ads promotes credit repair, um, pre-foreclosure, probate, divorce. I don't do any of that stuff.
okay,
Now I do in my own personal real estate business. I do work pre-foreclosure, distressed and delinquent tax leads, but nothing on our ads themselves promote lists like that.
okay. And if you run something, let's say I run one for a couple days and I have nothing. I, my thought is just to turn that off, try something else, and then maybe come back to it. Is that the best recommendation? Because I don't want to just spend money for nothing.
Yeah, well, it depends on what ads you're running, right? So I think the misconception. I think these are going to be pretty good calls. So the misconception with some of these with agents in the market right now are like, um, the difference between buyer leads and seller leads. I'll get a message from an agent and they'll go, or one of my clients, and they'll go, man, I'm running $15-16 a lead. How come agent A over there in California is running $7 a lead? Right, but they're not taking into account the type of ad they're running, the area they're in, the time of year they're, what I mean, the things like that. Whereas that California agent's most likely running a list of homes or a first time home buyer or a more buyer focused ad. Granted, a large percentage of the leads that come in on those are going to be sell buys because, with the exception of death, divorce, and moving out of state, and maybe some other wild circumstance, most sellers end up in the market as a buyer first.
Right.
Um, but yeah, when you get an agent that says that, and I go, well, what ad are you running? And they go, oh, thinking of selling. Okay, well, that's a direct seller ad, right? Buyers are 10 times over, maybe more plentiful than sellers are, right? There's probably hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of buyers for every seller that's out there. So naturally, those leads are going to cost more money. They're going to come in a little bit slower. You're going to cost you a lot more per lead. Those leads do tend to be very, very good because we're closing at about 19% on average across an average of all the seller ads that we have going right now, which is insane. I mean, once I saw it jump over 10, I was kind of taken back because I've never seen anything like that on an ad before. But it just means that we've got our targeting down and our ads dialed in the right way. But yeah, those leads are going to cost more because, again, even of those few sellers that are out there in the market, a large percentage of those people are hitting the buyer's ads first because they're searching for what they want, where they want to go, what kind of home they want to move into, their features they want. before they even think about putting their home on the market or submitting their information to a seller's ad. That's what happens, right? So that's why a seller lead is much more expensive than a buyer lead.
See, I'm having the total different because that the seller ad performed the best for me. I mean, I had the most response to that one than like I did new construction and I didn't have anything. And I did the new buyer and our first time home buyer or whichever one it was, the new buyer one. And that one I had probably 50% of what I had the other one. So I was going to turn, and that's why I asked you about the other seller lead, because I was going to turn that one back on and see what I got from that. Now, a bunch of people said they didn't click on anything, they didn't submit their information, or
So that right there, when you approach those leads and they say that, I'm gonna call you out here. It's not meant to be in a bad way though. That
yeah.
tells me that you have not watched the links inside that training email I sent you. You
No, I
haven't
did.
watched. Did you watch all the YouTube webinars?
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, because
Because
I
if you
tried to spin
how
them, but they wouldn't spin.
how are you opening up your call?
I just say, hey,
Pretend I'm a lead that answered.
I say, hey, William, my name is Steven. I'm with EXP Realty. I got your information from Facebook ad. Um, Looks like you might want some information on maybe a CMA or comparative market analysis for your home. You might be interested in or thinking about selling.
Yeah, see, it's too long. So a lot of these people, they have to be reminded, and some of them have to be reminded again. Because you guys got to remember, when these people are on Facebook, they're not they're not in like search for home mode at that moment, right? We're bringing the ad to them based on activity that they've done on websites outside of Facebook, right? So at that moment, they're just kind of scrolling through Facebook, screwing around, looking at videos. They submit their information to the ad, then they move on and watch 10 more videos. And by the time you call them, they've done a mountain of different things. They probably already forgotten they submitted their info. Mix that with the fact that people get probably 10 to 20 spam texts and probably 10 plus spam calls a day, because I know I do.
Yeah.
Um, they think you're just another one of those calls. So when I open up my call, it's pretty cut and dry. Now my BDRs do this for me now, so I'm a little rusty here, but it would be something like, hey Steven, this is William. I'm calling because you submitted your information on my ad about my list of homes. How can I help you? Right, very quick, very simple. Put the ball back in their court, and that tends to open it up. Sometimes we'll get a response like, "Oh, I didn't do that." Well, are you sure? Because we've got a list of homes here. Some of these may not be some of the stuff you're searching online. If you want it, I'll send it over to you. But if that's not you, no worries. Then you start to make them feel like they're going to miss out on something. And those people that did submit that or that are really looking for houses right now, then you got that. Well, shit, I don't want to miss whatever's on that list that may not be online, right?
Yeah.
Um, and they're going to start talking to you. And my BDRs, they convert at a very high rate because of those two things that we do when we open up those calls.
Okay. I'll watch it again because I might be
Yeah, because
missing it.
we work the same leads in two separate metros in Texas right now, all Facebook leads, and we're closing at over 10% on buyers, and we're closing at just under the seller average for the group, and we're at about 16%, which kind of aggravates me because I'm supposed to be the guru. I should be closing more, but hey, what are you going to do? But still, 16% is pretty damn good conversion rate. On we don't typically even anything over 5 in this business is typically pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think over time, you and like Christina, a lot of you guys just started. So, one, you've got to get, over 100, 200 leads, to really start working through. I think, the reason why a lot of agents, and I'm not saying this for you per se, just in general, fail in this. And I think there's somebody on this call that's a little bit, I think, more well-versed in my leads, and that's Mario. But the reason why agents fail at different programs is because they'll come in, they'll work a program 3-4 weeks, generate 20 30 leads, and then go, oh fuck, these suck, and they give up. This is real estate, right? We're not selling like a social agent content hub where it's $9.99, you get access quick and easy, super cheap, right? No commitment, right? That's an easy sale, right? When you're talking about somebody submitting their information to buy a $500,000 home or whatever the median is in your area, one, the national average is 12 to 17 touches before most leads will even respond to you for the first time, right? And then from there, you've got rapport building, getting them the list of homes out there, letting them figure out what they want, or if they're a seller, when they want to sell, meeting with them, getting the buyers or, buyer's agency agreement or the listing agreement signed. A super fast lead in real estate is like, 1 to 3 months. It's not like, hey, I got the lead on Monday, they're signing a contract on Wednesday. If that's the if that, and this is for anybody in general, if that is the mindset you have going in, which seems to be the case in about 95 to or more percent of the agents out there when they're working leads, then you're going to fail out of the business. Pretty simple. Like it's just that's how it is, right? You have to, with any program, whether it's mine, whether it's realtor.com or whatever, right? My leads are targeted differently. So I know that I'm going after people that are searching for real estate and that are more warm/hot leads. But if you're not taking the time to work them and continuing and staying consistent, you're not going to do well. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna click this button on Mario, let him talk. Mario, you've worked my leads for quite a while. I think you've done pretty well with them. Do you mind kind of sharing what you're doing? And if I hate to put you on the spot here, but unless you walked away, he's on mute. So let's see if he answers here real quick. He's gonna work on getting his mic on. He said, just give him a second. Charles Sipes is also on the call. He's a trainee that's been with me for a while. Charles, if you wouldn't mind saying something, let me know, and I'll allow you to talk also. Give me one other second. I'm gonna go through this other list and see who else is on here that might have trained with me a while back. Everybody else in here seems to be pretty new. Some of you aren't my clients yet. Some of you are. Let's see. Mario's working on getting his mic on. If Charles comments, I'll let him talk. If not, no big deal. But yeah, that's, it might be a good idea, to get some information, on that. There is an agent that's here in Austin that trained with me a while back. If you guys look up in the featured section on the group, I pinned up, I pin up like some of the, like my top 100 reviews at any given time up there. Her name's Christina. I think on Facebook she's under Christina Bustamante Murphy or Christina Murphy Bustamante. I can't remember which way it goes. She's pretty open. She closed about $500,000, a little over $500,000 in GCI just for my ads in 22 and in 23. Another one that's up there is what's his name? Luciano. I think it's Belarus. Is how you say it. He's another one. It took him about 3 years, but he built his business up just on. He's over $1 million in GCI, but only about, well, I say only, but 400,000 to 500,000 of that is from my ads only. So those are probably two, good people to talk to. They're really nice. They've got kind of a write up. I think they send to people that check in with them, kind of seeing, when they're doing their due diligence, like, hey, is he legit? Is he who he says he is? That happens a lot, right? They got some stuff they send you that kind of tells you how they work their leads and how they recommend you work yours. Yeah, Christina Tobacco just commented. She said, if you signed up with Will, look in the intro email. This is for those of you who are not trainees of mine. This is a training email that goes out the day that we speak on the phone, where I'm getting access to your stuff to start the process of building out the ads for you. Inside of that, she said, look in the intro email. There are links to scripts there. There are a lot of scripts in there. If you want to use scripts. And then there's also the YouTube channel that has the webinars. That's what I was saying to Steven a second ago. But yeah, they do ramble a bit because, we're on, hour-long webinars and we're going over multiple things. And, when we get into certain subjects, I tend to get a little bit passionate about it. So sometimes I will go on for about 10 minutes on certain subjects, but they are full of really good information and they will help you convert deals.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Is this recorded? This
It is.
It is. Okay. That was the other thing. And that, because I'd like to go back to it. It really helps to watch later, for me. The other question I had was, if you think I've approached the leads wrong, enough time has passed, is it worth kind of revisiting them with the way you've approached, with the way you're suggesting? Should I go back to them and say, hey, this is Chris. You were interested, you clicked on an ad, you were interested in XYZ.
Yeah, I do stuff like that. That's, you always stay followed up with them. I'll even do things like, I'll take their email and I'll send them a text and say, hey, we just, we had a few new properties hit the market that you may want to see, because obviously there's new properties hitting the market every day, right? And price changes and things like that. Is this the best email to reach you on, so I can send them over? And I'll purposely put the email address incorrectly in the text message.
Oh, that's clever.
So that they respond back and go, no, that's not it. It's this one. Right. Now I've got them talking. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll get that prepared for you. Whatever keep the conversation going. Now you've got some rapport with them real quick. Right. Hey, is this your correct phone number? Cool. Okay, cool. Hey, I'm going to call you real quick. I want to make sure that, I've got this list drilled down to exactly what you're looking for, but I got a couple quick questions that'll be easier over the phone. Now you've got them on the phone.
Okay.
And there's no better way to build a rapport than to put a face, right? That's in person. But the second best is to put a voice, right? Once you spend some time on the phone, it's, they feel like they start to know you. When you're texting back and forth, which for some reason seems to be what most people want to do from the agent side only, I don't want to get on the phone. You're not building a rapport. You're just a bunch of text on the screen to that person. You're not a real person to them yet.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem. All right.
Well,
Charles. Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Charles or me? Jared.
I thought it was Charles talking. He said he was going to talk.
No, yeah,
let me let
Charles, go
Char-
ahead. It's all
Yeah, let
right.
me let Charles talk real quick, and then Jared will catch
Yeah,
you.
no problem. No problem.
I'm here.
What's up, dude?
Oh, not much. Just
Long
love
time,
this
man.
stuff. I just thought I'd check out, see what's going on in this group today, and lend a hand where I can.
There you go. I'm glad to see you here. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Trying to
Oh,
get
yeah.
busy again.
That's good. Oh, you always know. Let me
Yeah,
know
it's
if I can
work.
help you.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, I know you've worked my system for a while. It's been I can't remember how long it's been since you got set up last, but if
I
you want
did
to
a
kind of
refresh about a year and a half ago, I think.
yeah. So I think that was like right after the heart attack for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything's kind of a blur during that 6-month period. That recovery sucked, man.
Yeah.
But I got a pretty cool scar out of it though. No, but yeah, if you wouldn't mind, talking for a couple minutes, kind of telling them what you're doing when you work your leads and what's worked for you to convert, that'd be awesome.
So, really, it's the same things you've already said to them. You got to get into it and talk to them a little bit. Most of the time they are forgetting that they said, oh, I didn't set that up. Okay, thanks. Well, I guess I got the wrong one. Sorry about that. And then I just call them the next day or, a couple days later again. Because, as Christina, I think it was, that was just asking questions. When do you follow up again? Just keep following up with them and just keep trying.
I mean, it's funny because people go, that's it, but it really is that simple, right? You just keep calling, keep texting. I don't know if there's anybody on this webinar that's upset by curse words, but if you are, then you're on the wrong webinar, because that's something I do a lot. But I am a buy or die. That's the kind of business we run in with my real estate team. You're going to buy or you're going to tell us to fuck off. One of those two things is going to happen. But we're going to call and call and call and text and text and text and email until you speak to us or until you tell us to piss off. That's how all of the calls go. Right? Some people that work for me, like BDRs and stuff, they can't handle that, and that's okay. Right? There's a different sales job that takes a softer approach maybe. But in real estate, you have to be on top of these leads, because again, it's not like, selling a $10 package to, content like we have with Social Agent Content Hub. This isn't like, selling a, $99 product at the store, right? Where it only takes you, 1 or 2 times to talk to somebody to get it done, right? These are people that are making huge decisions and there's a lot of moving parts. So yeah, it's going to take a minute to get a hold of them, especially in this day and age where nobody wants to answer the phone. I mean, shit, you remember back in the day, somebody knocked on your door, you opened it up to see who it was. Now you're looking out the window like, who the fuck is that? You know, like I don't know who that is. You know, nobody answers the door anymore. That's just the time we live in, right? They don't answer the door, they don't answer the phone, right? But over time, they're either going to tell you to move on or they're going to speak to you because they know that you're trying to get a hold of them to offer them something that they're actually looking for. And that's why these ads close at a higher percentage rate, because we are getting them in front of people who are actually searching to buy or sell homes. It just takes the time and effort to get, you know, to get a hold of them. People don't want to answer when they're in traffic. People don't want to answer when they're at work, right? You may call them at 2 o'clock and then 4 o'clock and then 8 o'clock or you know, in the morning or 9 o'clock. But then that one day you catch that one person when they're not busy at 6 o'clock. That's their hour. They answer the phone for you. You know, now we have a chance to talk to them. Looks like Mario's got his mic on. Mario, let me let Jared ask his question real quick, and then we'll let you chat for a sec if you don't mind.
No problem.
You know, I'm a huge fan. You can hear me?
I can.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of when I get a lead, I send a video text of myself. Even if they don't respond, they at least have my face with my voice. So when I do follow up and I happen to get them on the phone, they know what I look like. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
my very, very first, and that's what I plan to do with the leads from your program when we speak tomorrow. I love that, you know, just saying, hey, I saw you come in through the Facebook. I know you're looking for more information, and send it out. And whether they respond or not doesn't matter, because I'm going to be following up again. But I think it's very powerful to do it that way. I don't know if any of your clients have done that or had success with it, but it's pretty effective.
So yeah, they
What are your
have.
thoughts on that?
You know, I know there's going to be a few people in here that have trained with me a while ago that are going to say, you fucking hypocrite. But I have always kind of shied away from video, probably selfishly because I just don't like being on video. But you know, from an ad perspective, I don't like video, and here's why. And I'm going to cover your question in a minute. I'm not deviating on
Yeah,
accident.
yeah.
I'm
Go ahead.
deviating on purpose. When you're on Facebook, right? All of you have probably done the death scroll, right? In the evening time, you're sitting there watching reel after reel after reel. And then, you know, then you go back to your timeline and you scroll a little bit more. You may see an ad that catches your attention. Here's what happens though, when a person clicks a video ad. This is why I don't like video ads for real estate. I have video ads running for Social Agent Content Hub because it's a different product, right? We're not going after the buyer and seller. Now I'm targeting you, right? So, you know, that's different. But when a buyer or seller clicks that video, okay, they're watching the video, and I guarantee you, every single one of you in here who has ever gone and watched reels on Facebook and looked at videos has done this, whether you know it or not. You've done this. You watch that video, and then what happens right underneath it? There's a bunch of videos that you like to watch that are based on things that you've watched in the past. And then now we go squirrel and we start scrolling through those funny videos. Now they've forgotten all about the video that they originally clicked on, which was your ad, right? When it's a video, they have to both click on the video and watch it and then click the learn more button to submit their information. But by the time they've gone and gotten lost and scrolled through 10 or 15 more videos, they go, oh, let me back out and go back to my timeline. The timeline has refreshed. Now your ad's gone, right? So you lost them. That's why I don't like video ads that are geared towards the buyer and the seller. I want them to see my text, read it, the sense of urgency, you know, the problem, the solution, the ad, the photo that tells them what it's about, and then they click learn more and submit their information. That's why my ads work so well, right? Now, from a video perspective, sending them things like in text, I've seen agents use what the hell's that program called?
BombBomb?
BombBomb. Yep,
Yeah.
that one. They load it in there and you know they send it. I have seen agents get really good response from that, and we're actually starting to do that. We haven't done it yet. We've talked about it in our team meetings with my team. We haven't gone out and gotten programs for it like BombBomb yet. I will if it works well and we get some good response. Right now, my agents are going to start recording their own really quick when a lead comes in. You know, if they
Yeah,
can't get a hold of them, they're going to do a quick 10-second video
right.
and make it personalized. Hey Tony, hey Jared, you know, whoever, whatever their name is, you know, it's such and such. I'm a realtor. You submitted your info to my ad. Wanted to introduce myself. It's pretty cool to get a face to a name. And since we can't talk on the phone, I'm doing this video for you.
Mhm.
I have seen agents get really good response from that,
Yeah.
from my client's perspective.
Mhm.
So we're gonna try it here, and I'll post the results.
Yeah,
how that
and
goes.
it's nothing fancy. I'm just literally just picking up my cell phone, pointing toward me, and I'm sending him a text, a
Yeah,
video
pretty.
text of me. I mean,
Yeah, and pretty soon you're gonna be able to do it with AI, right? So like there's a system that I use called Jasper.
oh, cool.
They do. I use them for some graphics, and some of the graphics you see in the group that I spin up real quick. I use Jasper for that.
Is that something that's going to be included in your program or something?
No, it's a separate tool I pay for.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has nothing. I don't. It's not my thing.
I'm familiar with BombBomb, but that's merely that. I think that's strictly. I don't know.
Yeah, Jasper's just AI. Jasper's basically like, you know, built on the backbone of Chat GPT, but it
Mhm.
also does some video and it does some photo. But pretty soon you're going to be able to upload like videos of yourself and voice it over and just type in the script and it'll voice over with your voice.
Okay.
So instead of having to record every single personal video, the AI will you just change the name on it, hit go, and boom, it sends it out.
That'd be great. Can I make myself look like Thor in the video?
You can
That'd
do
be
pretty
good.
much anything with that
All
program,
right.
actually,
I
man.
think that would really increase
It's
my
pretty cool.
conversions.
It's the same program my tattoo artist uses to design my tattoos. Like
Oh, cool.
I send him a picture of like, you know, like whatever's bare,
Mm-hmm.
and then he uses that program and it throws the tattoo on me and lets me see what it's gonna look like.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's really cool. There's
yeah.
a whole lot.
I
you
just
can do
wanted to
with it.
get your thoughts on, you know, a simple video text for myself from every single lead that comes in. I think it would help.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna
You know, the
be
response
well
would
worth
be-
it. I mean, BombBomb is
Yeah.
pretty cheap. There's actually a message from Christina right here. BombBomb is $33 a month. You know, that's worth it. You know, you don't have the money for it, don't run an ad one day of the week. There you go. There's your money for the BombBomb, right? And you know, so yeah, I'd do that.
All right.
But again,
Thanks,
even
man.
if you're just recording them and sending them personally,
Yeah.
that works too.
Yep. All right, cool, man. Thanks.
No problem. All right, Mario. Well, one, dude, it's been a while, man. Well, actually, we spoke yesterday on text, but that was something totally different. It's been a while since we've talked on the trainee front. How have you been?
Good. I take the last like what 5 months off. I got in a car crash, so already back at it.
Oh, I didn't know that, man. Sorry to hear that. Glad you're okay, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think that explains why I haven't seen you online because you're usually online posting all your gym videos and shit, right?
Yeah.
And now Jared, that guy looks like fucking Thor. Mario. Well, like,
There you go.
always over.
Hispanic.
So he should definitely do video text then.
Yeah, I do video text.
And here I am over here. I got a 6-pack too, but it's just under a bunch of cheeseburgers. I'll get it. I'll get
We
them
all
out.
do that.
I'll get them out of there one day. No, but so I know you've done pretty well in the past on, you know, whether it be my leads or leads that you've worked, you know, with other programs, but I know you've been pretty successful. Is there anything you want to add that they might be able to do that can help them out when they're following up?
Well, I mean, I started with you what like 5 years ago,
Yeah,
right
wow.
before COVID. I was
right before I
getting
got sick.
my average cost per lead was about like $2-3.
Yeah. Those were the times.
Now I'm nearing the 10, about like 850, 925, something like that.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So first and foremost, I follow your lead as far as like buy or die. You know, you're either gonna tell me yes, let's meet up, no, whatever, fuck off, stop calling me. And I'll be honest, there's been a few times where I quote unquote forget to turn the auto text on, or I will leave them in the list. And it's like, hey, I thought I told you to fuck off, 2 weeks ago or whatever. I totally forgot, man. Let me get mad at my assistant for not taking you off.
That's a very sly way to get back in with them again.
Also, if as soon as I do get the lead, I do send them, a 10, 15 second video, basically just saying like, hey, this is what you called for. You know, I really just want to put a face to the name. Let me know. And if it changes up where like if they didn't answer on the first tryout, we'll send them a different, depending on the ad that I did have them start off. So if they, ask for a list of homes, I did send them like, hey, I just tried to reach you. You have this, list ready to go. Just let me know what's a good address. And then, same thing. I I send them the email that they do have on file. What does help me though is going to be, I do a deal of the week on a weekly basis, Thursday or Friday. I'll send out, a house that just came on the market or a house that I just really liked. And it does resuscitate life back into some of the leads that do come in that haven't, responded for a while. Even if it's not anything that they're looking for, I've had buyers looking for something in 400,000. I'm sending them 275. It's just basically to start a conversation with them, and I'll let them know. I won't send them any pictures, whatever. I'll just send them, oh, this is the deal of the week. I'll give them, basic information as far as, sale price, room count, size of the lot. And, oh, I really wasn't looking for that. I was looking more for so and so. I was looking for this and that. And I usually try getting them on the phone, like, oh, I'm sorry. I might have had you like listed incorrectly, or I don't know how that actually went through to you. But at the end of the day, it's just you getting on the phone with them. So like how you said, they actually put a person to the actual name.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know what everybody else's experience is, but when I actually get on the phone with a client, that combativeness that they had initially, it goes away.
Yeah.
It's gone, right? It's just like it's funny because it reminds me of the conversation we just had last night in that chat that popped up, right? Everybody's a keyboard warrior. They're easy to get rude with you when they're on the phone or whatever. But when they see you in person, they're like, oh, I didn't really mean that, man. Like we're, right? It's like that's
Yeah,
exactly how it
exactly,
goes, right?
especially with me. I've had people like
Y-
yelling and screaming, and then when they see me, it's a totally different tone they use.
Don't just kind of go. Sorry to interrupt. That's kind of going back to my idea, or not idea. I've been doing it. The video text initially, where no one can get mad at somebody they can see. In this business, it's like I think if you follow up with somebody after they see your face through a simple, quick video text, maybe they'll be a little softer once you get them on the phone. They see you're a real person, and maybe they like the shirt you're wearing. Who knows? But you're not just words on their screen or a voice on the phone. They saw you. So I don't know. I think that
No,
would soften the landing a little bit.
I agree. And one other thing that's actually worked pretty well for us is sending meme text, like funny shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Get somebody to laugh. Like we started doing that, I don't know, about a year ago maybe. And the reason why we started doing it is because somebody did it to me, and that's how I thought about doing it. Because they kept sending me these memes, and it's a product I didn't want after we spoke, right? But he kept sending these things, and they were just funny as hell. And I responded one day, and I ended up working with them. They ended up getting my business, and it worked out really well. But the follow up was really well, and actually that guy works for me now. I stole him. I stole him away from them. But
Could I ask another question?
sure.
With the Facebook ad setup, how does, I think I touched on this with you at one point, how does the geographic area work? Is there a way, because some of the leads I'm getting are practically out of state and certainly logistically far away. Is there a way to reduce the area, or
Unfortunately,
I don't
no.
know, filter? I know
yeah,
housing.
unfortunately, no, and we can all thank the federal government for that. Back when, I don't know if you guys were around or were doing ads when I don't know if it was the Department of Justice or one of them sued Facebook and forced them to make those changes. But now we can't target based on age. We can't target based on one particular zip code. We have to pick a city or drop a pin in a certain area and there's a minimum of a 15-mile radius. We used to be able to change it to where it would be, let's just say you were in an area where there's a lot of tourists, right? And you could choose the option to only show this ad to people who live in this area, so it would not show it to all the tourists that were just passing through. We don't have that option anymore. So unfortunately, we're going to get those leads sometimes, and we're going to get leads out of the area that are just kind of driving through for work but live an hour away, or more. Unfortunately, we just have to refer those out and get a referral fee on them, or just let them go altogether. Sadly, that's just nature of the beast. No matter what advertising or advertiser you're using, whether it's a program or another service, they all have the same obstacle that we all have. Oh, that answers your question for you. No, I mean, that'd be what you wanted to hear, but unfortunately, that's how it goes with Facebook right
You
now.
might want to look at your target area if it's going out of state and moving it to a point closer or further into your state, away from the edge of the border for where you're at as well. Because like Will said, because we are advertising for housing, then we have those restrictions thanks to the federal government.
I think that was one of the support requests I put in was I'm on Long Island, and if the circle is too far north, it hits Connecticut, and it'll hit like the Bronx, which are areas I don't service. So I think the request was just to move the pin over so that I'm not hitting those areas.
Yeah, she's in an area where it's like really confined. You're like in that New York area, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dense.
Yeah, it's really dense and it's really confined. So no matter where she puts the pin, it's going to overlap into some other area.
Yeah, that's was that Christina who just spoke?
Yes.
Oh, hi, I'm in Westchester.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm in Rye. And
Oh, very nice. Very
yeah,
nice.
so it's, where are you?
I'm in Huntington.
Oh, yeah,
I was
sure.
just up in your area on Monday with a client. Yeah.
Should have said hi. But
Yeah.
but no, it's tricky with mine too, because it spills over to Long Island, could spill into Connecticut, could spill into New Jersey. That's why I dropped the pin a little bit northern Westchester, so that it spreads out, because I'm countywide. What company are you with?
I'm with a company, brokerage called the Executive Group Realty.
Oh, yeah, sure, I know.
Okay, there you go.
Good. Just want to say hello to a local.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Do you understand the traffic issue?
Oh, yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
We'll talk offline.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
That's what these are for. We're just kind of shooting the shit, talking and learning.
Yeah.
I like these less structured things. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my past webinars, I don't structure those either. I don't have a list of things that I kind of go over. I just do it, and we talk about what we talk about. That's why when Christina was like, they kind of ramble on, because they do. There's not like a set time schedule for one particular topic, and sometimes I don't even know if I'm going to talk about a certain topic until it comes up. And I like to do that because it comes off more authentic. People ask a certain question that I may not have thought about if I was structuring something, right? And we go over, one particular thing. That's why I do them over and over again, because on every single one of those webinars, we always end up talking about something different. And that's why I thought about doing these Q&As, because just so far in the 40 minutes or so we've been talking, we've touched on quite a few areas. I think that when I repost this video for others to watch, they're going to get a lot of goodness out of this video.
I do have another question. Has anybody used Facebook Messenger to reach out to a lead? Like they responded to your ad, they're on Facebook, you're on Facebook, you tried texting and calling. What about trying Messenger?
I've
done that before.
Yeah, I've done that. I get a lead through Facebook, and I immediately look at their profile and friend and friend them. I mean, they're on the social site, so
Right.
and they want to see you too. In addition to a video text, get to see my face. They'll see my family. They'll see my business, and show them a real person. That's the first thing you should do. I mean, my opinion. I don't know if Will has a different opinion on that, but
I mean, there's a dozen different ways you can go after them. One thing I do see, hold on one second, sorry guys. One thing I do with my own clients, and granted, I don't have a ton of them because I spend most of my time on social agent, but my other agents do is one of them has a group for like local spots that he goes and him and his wife go and eat at, and they do reviews and stuff like that. They try to get all of their leads and all of their clients into that group so that they're constantly seeing them all the time. And he gets a lot of repeat business and a lot of new business from that because, in addition to the talking about food and stuff that they do in there, people are always talking to him about real estate in the comments. So everybody that sees that knows he's the admin, knows he's a realtor. And I think on the cover photo, he actually has up there like his schedule for when he goes out to eat at certain places and he's going to do a review. And then next to it, he has his contact information as an agent, which I think is pretty smart because it's providing value through the group, and it's a group that people like to be in. And then it's a constant reminder that he's an agent. And who better to talk to than somebody you already know really well or that's putting out content that you really like. So it works for him. That's another, thing that you guys could try to do. Not going out to eat all the time, but find something that the locals like and hone in on that.
yeah, good advice.
Anybody else got anything? I know we've been going for a while, so everybody's probably starting to get a little by now.
This
I
was really
typically
helpful,
wanna,
and I really appreciate you spending the time. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
of course. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it every week. I can't promise that they won't get canceled sometimes, but if I have, Wednesdays at 3 are, typically times that I'm just kind of in my office hanging out. So I definitely don't mind doing this. Anybody else got anything else? In the future, I'm going to try to limit these to about 30 minutes for the folks that want to watch the playback because, the 45-minute to an hour ones is pretty long for somebody to sit there and listen to. And for us too, right? We start to get a little antsy after 30 minutes, I think.
I just got a quick question.
Sure.
I just signed up with you, and now actually our meeting is next week to get everything set and going. Is there anything I can access while I'm waiting to help get more familiar with stuff or anything like that?
I usually send out the training email on the call, but I can send it to you early. Just shoot me a Facebook message and I'll forward that over to you here in a second.
Okay, awesome. Appreciate it.
And in that email, it's going to have the photo library if you ever want to try to build ads for yourself, the training videos, the links to the drips and scripts, and then also the link to the webinars and all that stuff as well.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, appreciate it.
Well, we have a call tomorrow at 12:30. Did you send that to me?
Jared, did I send you? Let me look.
I don't know if you emailed it.
If you signed up on Calendly, then it would have. I think it does it 24 hours in advance or something like that.
Oh,
I can't remember. I can't remember. You would have
got it.
gotten the confirmation though. Let me see. Yeah, I've got you at 11:30 Central.
Right.
So yeah, you should get an email sometime today, or if not overnight into the morning,
Alright, cool.
with the Zoom link. If for some reason you don't get it and it's not in spam, just shoot me a message and I'll send you the link.
Will do. Thanks.
No problem. All right, let's see. There's a couple more questions, and then we'll probably knock this out. Cut this off today. Oh yeah, Tony just asked, will this take the place of the monthly Zoom trainings? Technically, yes. I changed the series to this from those. So this webinar that we're on is technically the same series as the monthly ones. I just edited it to weekly and then edited the title. But I will just do my monthly, more, somewhat structured ones, where we're going to have a mass amount of people on them. I'll just set up a separate link for that and then start promoting it a couple weeks before, and then we'll do those separate. Those will be with me and other panelists and things like that. So there won't be a lot of discussion like this, verbally. We'll take questions just like we do on the main webinars. But these right here where we're kind of interacting with each other, yeah, we'll do these every week, assuming I don't have to cancel for any given reason. All right, I think we're good, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all's time. If you need anything from me, don't hesitate to reach out. If there's anybody on here that has any interest in the training or needs help with anything, shoot me a message. The Social Agent Content Hub is still going for the $9.99 with the half off coupon until we hit 2,000 agents. We're at 1,250 agents now. Well, a little over that, 1,250 roughly. And again, if you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thanks for your time, Will. See you tomorrow.
All right. I'll take
Thanks.
care. All right. Bye-bye.